because I know if I was 20 years old, 22.
By the time Sugar Ray Leonard reached 69, his legacy was already sealed. An Olympic gold medalist, a 5-division world champion, and one of boxing's most charismatic superstars, Leonard helped define the golden era of the 1980s. Over the years, Leonard has reflected in interviews and documentaries on the fighters who pushed him to his limits. While he has consistently expressed respect for his opponents, he has also acknowledged that some rivalries carry deep tension, personal friction, and competitive animosity. This isn't about personal hatred in a literal sense. It's about the fighters who brought out Leonard's fire, the ones who challenged him physically, mentally, and emotionally. Here are 10 boxers who shared the most intense rivalries with Sugar Ray Leonard. 1. Roberto Duran.
What exchanges by Leonard? Yes. Leonard going toe-to-toe with Duran.
Few rivalries in boxing history burned as hot as Leonard's battles with Roberto Duran. Their first fight in 1980 was more than a championship bout. It was psychological warfare. Duran relentlessly taunted Leonard during the build-up, using verbal attacks designed to unsettle him. Leonard later admitted that he allowed the emotional tension to pull him into fighting Duran's kind of fight instead of sticking to his own tactical strengths. Duran won the first contest in Montreal by unanimous decision, handing Leonard one of the most humbling defeats of his career. For Leonard, it wasn't just a loss on paper, it was personal. The rematch 5 months later became legendary. Leonard shifted strategy completely, using movement, rhythm, and psychological counter-tactics. The bout ended in the 8th round when Duran famously turned away, saying, "No mas." That moment reversed the narrative and restored Leonard's pride. Leonard has often said Duran forced him to grow up as a fighter. The rivalry was fierce, emotional, and transformative. It wasn't hatred, but it was deeply personal competition. 2. Thomas Hearns. When Leonard faced Thomas Hearns in 1981, the fight was billed as the showdown.
Working off the left hand. Once I get the left hand working, then I can do other things off the left hand.
Have you thought of...
Both were undefeated champions. Both were young. Both carried knockout power. Hearns' height and devastating right hand posed one of the greatest threats Leonard had ever faced. Early in the fight, Hearns boxed brilliantly, using reach and timing to frustrate Leonard. By the middle rounds, Leonard was behind on the scorecards and visibly struggling. Leonard later admitted he had to dig deeper mentally than ever before. In the 14th round, he stopped Hearns in dramatic fashion, producing one of the greatest comebacks in boxing history. Their 1989 rematch ended in a controversial draw, a result Hearns publicly disagreed with for years. While the two men later expressed mutual respect, the competitive tension between them was undeniable. Hearns represented danger in its purest form. The rivalry was fueled not by insults but by pride and championship stakes. 3. A Marvin Haggler. The long-awaited 1987 showdown between Leonard and Marvin Haggler remains one of boxing's most debated decisions. Haggler had dominated the middleweight division for years and was widely considered unbeatable. Leonard came out of retirement to challenge him.
On his shoulders, believe it or not. But it's so great because now I listen to all these people who's watched HBO and they said,
Many observers believed Haggler had waited years for that opportunity. The build-up carried underlying tension, particularly because Haggler felt Leonard strategically delayed the fight until the timing favored him. Leonard won by split decision in a result Haggler strongly disagreed with. Haggler rarely hid his frustration in later interviews, maintaining he believed he had done enough to win. Leonard stood by his tactical performance, emphasizing speed and ring generalship. The rivalry extended beyond the final bell. For years, it symbolized unfinished emotional business. There was no shouting match, just two elite competitors who believed in their own greatness. 4. Wilfred Benítez facing.
They were looking for, there was like a training, you saw it. I was just a veteran back.
Wilfred Benítez in 1979 was a masterclass in technical boxing. Benítez was known as a defensive genius with exceptional ring EQ. The fight was tactical and draining. Leonard controlled much of the action, but struggled to break through Benitez's defense. With seconds left in the 15th round, Leonard secured a dramatic TKO victory. Leonard later described the bout as mentally exhausting. While there wasn't open hostility, the tension inside the ring was palpable. Benitez forced Leonard to think every second. Some rivalries are loud. This one was quiet, but intense, a chess match at championship level. 5. Terry Norris. By the time Leonard fought Terry Norris in 1991, he was a legend returning to test himself again. Norris was younger, faster, and entering his prime.
Hey, that's what I'm looking forward to, just to get in the ring, fight anybody who wants to fight me, move up to middleweight, fight anybody in the middleweight.
Norris knocked Leonard down twice and won decisively. For Leonard, this wasn't just another loss. It was a confrontation with time. In later reflections, he admitted that the defeat was emotionally difficult. There wasn't pre-fight animosity. The intensity came from what the fight represented. The end of an era. 6. Hector Camacho. In 1997, Leonard faced Hector Camacho in what became his final professional bout. Camacho won by TKO.
Going to Lions Den, and you guys just out there, all eyes on me.
Leonard later acknowledged he shouldn't have returned to the ring. While there wasn't personal hostility, the loss marked an emotional ending. The fight symbolized time catching up, something no champion welcomes easily. 7. Kevin Howard. When Sugar Ray Leonard stepped into the ring against Kevin Howard in 1984, it was supposed to be a routine return. Leonard had been away from boxing due to eye surgery, and fans were eager to see if the former champion still had the same speed, timing, and brilliance that defined his prime. But what happened shocked the boxing world. In the 4th round, Howard landed a clean shot that sent Leonard to the canvas, officially scoring the first knockdown of Leonard's professional career. It wasn't just a physical moment, it was symbolic. For years, Leonard had appeared untouchable. Now suddenly, he looked vulnerable. The crowd fell silent. Leonard later admitted that the knockdown forced him to confront doubt in real time. Was he still the same fighter? Had the layoff changed him? Those questions lasted only seconds, because Leonard responded like a champion. He regained composure, increased the pressure, and ultimately stopped Howard in the 9th round. 8. Bruce Finch. Just months after his emotionally draining first fight with Roberto Duran, Leonard returned to the ring to face Bruce Finch in 1980. This fight wasn't fueled by hatred or trash talk. It was fueled by something more powerful: redemption. And Leonard had been criticized for abandoning his usual fluid style against Duran. Critics claimed he let emotion override strategy. So when he entered the ring against Finch, there was a clear mission: re-establish dominance. From the opening bell, Leonard looked sharp, focused, and aggressive. He didn't allow Finch space to settle. The hand speed was back, the combinations were crisp, the movement was precise. By the 3rd round, Finch was overwhelmed, and the fight was stopped. On paper, it was just another title defense, but emotionally, it was a reset button. Leonard needed to prove, to fans, to media, and to himself, that the Duran loss had not broken him. Finch became part of that narrative. The fight symbolized Leonard reclaiming control of his identity as a boxer. It wasn't personal toward Finch, but it was deeply personal for Leonard 9. Ayub Kulle. In 1981, Leonard faced Ayub Kulle in a junior middleweight title bout that many expected to be straightforward. It wasn't. Kulle was disciplined, durable, and technically sound. He didn't intimidate with power like Thomas Hearns or psychological warfare like Duran, but he brought steady pressure and tactical intelligence. Early in the fight, Kulle disrupted Leonard's rhythm, forcing exchanges rather than allowing the smooth outside boxing Leonard preferred. For several rounds, the fight was competitive and physical. Leonard later acknowledged that Kulle surprised him with his composure and resilience. There were moments when Leonard had to dig deep and adjust mid-fight, increasing punch volume and taking calculated risks to break Kulle down. In the 9th round, Leonard finally overwhelmed him, securing a TKO victory. What made this rivalry significant wasn't hostility. It was the challenge of being pushed beyond expectations. Kulle forced Leonard to work harder than predicted, proving that even less publicized opponents can demand elite focus. 10. Floyd Mayweather Sr.
Trying to do the Floyd, and Broly's trying to do the Floyd. That means that he's not being a head coach like he's supposed to be.
Well, long before the Mayweather name became synonymous with defensive brilliance and pay-per-view dominance, Floyd Mayweather Sr. stepped into the ring with a rising star named Sugar Ray Leonard in 1978. Mayweather Sr. was confident and outspoken. In the build-up, he made it clear he believed he had the style to disrupt Leonard's ascent. That edge added tension to the contest. Leonard was already building a reputation as the future face of boxing, and any challenger looking to derail that trajectory carried significance. Inside the ring, Leonard's speed and precision proved decisive. He broke Mayweather Sr. down methodically and secured a 10th round TKO.
The bolo punch, Sugar Ray was. It's good show, but not good fighting.
But this fight mattered beyond the result. It represented Leonard's steady climb toward superstardom. Each confident opponent who stepped forward only fueled his competitive fire. Mayweather Sr.'s belief in his own ability created a sharp, but focused Leonard, one who refused to let hype overshadow preparation. Sugar Ray Leonard has consistently stated that rivalry does not equal hatred. Many of these fighters later shared mutual respect with him. But during the build-ups, inside the ring, and sometimes long after the final bell, emotions ran high. Duran tested his composure. Hearns tested his survival. Haggler tested his legacy. At 69, Leonard's reflections show something powerful. The fighters who challenge you the hardest often shape you the most. And in boxing's golden era, nobody was tested more intensely than Sugar Ray Leonard.